Oh, what I love about being an officer, there are so many things. I think truly though, my passion is, getting in there for children and kiddos, and really especially when they're the victims. So crimes against children is something I'm incredibly passionate about, and that's kind of what keeps me going.
I'm Sharon Duran. I'm a sergeant with the New Mexico State Police. I've been a police officer now it'll be 9 years in December. I love being out with the people. Love working the road. Criminal interdiction is my passion, so like working with the dogs, finding large amounts of dope, money, drugs, all that kind of stuff on the side of the road is just absolutely my passion.
It's well known that women only represent somewhere between 12 and 13% of law enforcement officers across the country. In some places, it's even smaller than that. We have a long way to go. Women are just not perceived in a lot of ways in some circles as being able to perform the job that men can do, and nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, women bring attributes and skills and talents to the table that men just don't possess. So by encouraging more women to choose this profession and then to be in leadership positions, I think is going to have a long-term dramatic effect on how we perform our job as law enforcement across the country.
My name is Carrie White. I am the chief of the Forney Police Department. I'm also the president of the Women of Law Enforcement organization. The Women of Law Enforcement is an organization that really started from a vision to supply and bring training to women. Women tend to be the minority in a class or the only female in a class. And sometimes that can be a little intimidating, and sometimes you can get into your own head a little bit. And that's what we're trying to do here, is trying to provide them that environment where they can learn free of judgment and be comfortable in their surroundings and confident in their abilities, and take some of those things back to the department with a little bit more confidence than what they started with.
We always have classes that are offered on the firearms range. We focus on defensive tactics, and we also do things in the Simunition Village, which is operational. We also like to look at what's going on in the world at the time, the climate, and so we've offered classes on procedural justice. We've discussed and had different leadership and mentorship classes specifically related to some of the riots that have happened in the past couple of years.
One of the things that happens when you get all these women together is you have that sense of we've all had struggles that we've had to deal with. We've brought in some incredible instructors who have had some of those same struggles, and they can look at those women and say, that could be me.
In 2020, I was shot 3 times. When I was shot, I had a really hard time going through everything afterwards. This absolutely instilled my confidence, my strength, my want to continue on the job. I was in a really low place, and because of the women of law enforcement, I found the strength to continue on. This year, I'm coming back as an instructor, and so I'm teaching a class called Deception, which is based off of the clues and cues of what could save your life or further your investigation, but I do base it off of my shooting. So I share my critical incident with the ladies out here to know that they can continue on even when the fight feels like it's never ending. There's always a way or a path to continue on and prosper out of it.
There's so many takeaways from these sessions. I think like the empowerment piece, just seeing all of these incredible women within a leadership role is super inspiring for me.
The energy of these women is incredible. And when you see them together, and there's not power struggles, and they're not trying to prove anything to each other, they are supporting each other.
I think one of the things that helps me feel like we're making a difference here is the opening ceremonies. When you see the reach of 500 plus women and they're inspired by your presence, you're very humbled by that.
I'd like everybody at ICP to know that what we're doing is working. It's proven to be effective. We target the line level officers and those ladies who may not know what they need to do, but we're providing training, and we're seeing sparks in them, and they're wanting to become more engaged and more involved at their agencies. They're wanting to take on leadership roles, and we just need help spreading that.
It is no longer acceptable to just sit back and wait for somebody else to take the lead in doing things specifically in the area of women in law enforcement. We have a unique position as men in leadership positions that we've got to be the champions or the cheerleaders. If that means starting your own conference in your own state, do so. If that means simply providing the opportunity for your officers to attend women classes specifically for them, do so. We all have that responsibility, but I think that we as male leaders have a unique opportunity and unique obligation to do so, and I would encourage everybody to take that stand and do that.